Welcome to The Matrix, a sci-fi thriller that follows a hacker who uncovers a hidden truth about his reality. The lineup starts with Morpheus, the fearless leader and captain of the Nebuchadnezzar who is looking to fulfill a prophecy. He thinks everything is a product of destiny. Trinity is a famous hacker and the right hand of Morpheus. Our boy Neo is a hacker who is still plugged into the Matrix and the crew's newest prospect of fulfilling the prophecy as the One. APOC, short for Apocalypse, is a bit of a tag-along and really not that important. Switch is the weird chick who wears only white in the Matrix, not sure what else she actually does. Mouse is the nerdy tech dude who is always trying to impress Neo, not really that important. Dozer is Tank's brother who makes all the food and booze on the ship. Tank is the operator who loads the programs and keeps the crew connected to the real world. And finally, this cunt Cypher is an operator inside of the Matrix because he's familiar with the code. He's always bitter because he's not really happy with the real world. The Oracle is an entity that lives inside the Matrix and always gives cryptic advice. For whatever reason, she's always baking cookies. Agents also live in the Matrix. They maintain control and eliminate threats to the system. They're super strong and fast and can jump from any person who is still plugged into the Matrix. The main dude is Agent Smith, who has a huge boner for Neo.
You like watching him?
Don't be ridiculous.
We're gonna kill him. You understand that?
Morpheus.
We open with Trinity on a computer surrounded by cops with their guns drawn. Outside, Agent Smith and his boys arrive while Trinity starts kicking the shit out of the cops. The agents bust in and Trinity takes off and escapes to the rooftops. She and the agent make an impossible jump, and the one cop is like,
"That's impossible."
She escapes by jumping through a window on an adjacent building and appears at a ringing phone. A garbage truck speeds towards the phone as she answers it and vanishes. The truck smashes through the booth and the agents get out, and I'm gonna be honest, at this point we have no idea what the fuck is going on. We cut to Neo, aka Thomas Anderson, sleeping at his computer, and we see the words "Follow the White Rabbit" appear on his screen. Bunch of weirdos knock at the door trying to buy some shady shit and try to get our boy to go out to the club. He declines until he sees weirdo number 3 has a tattoo of a white rabbit and decides to tag along. At the club, Trinity approaches Neo and says a bunch of degrading shit like, "I know why you don't sleep and why you live alone." He asks her what the Matrix is and she says the answer is out there, and then just awkwardly walks away. The next day, Neo wakes up late for work and gets chewed out by his boss for being a sack of shit. At his desk, he receives a package with a phone that rings as soon as he opens it. Morpheus tells him agents are coming and directs him to the roof to escape. Neo bitches out and gets caught by the agents. They interrogate him about the whereabouts of Morpheus, and Neo tells them to fuck off. They seal his mouth shut and put a bug inside his stomach. The next day, Neo wakes up in his bed, not sure if this was real or a nightmare. Trinity, APOC, and Switch pick up Neo and extract the bug, and Neo's like,
Jesus Christ, that thing's real!
They take him to an abandoned building where he finally meets Morpheus. He asks Neo if he believes in fate, and Neo responds, "No, because I don't like the idea I'm not in control of my life." Morpheus explains that the Matrix is an illusion. It is a world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. He offers Neo a blue pill to return to his normal life or a red pill to learn the truth. Neo takes the red pill and starts tripping as they hook him up to electrodes and yank his mind out of the Matrix. Neo wakes up inside a pod surrounded by a bunch of other pods. A beetle-looking machine disconnects him and flushes him down a long pipe where he emerges in a pool of water. He is pulled out by Morpheus and his crew on the Nebuchadnezzar. He wakes up and undergoes muscle regeneration and is introduced to the rest of the crew. He is then inserted into a construct program with Morpheus, and it is explained that there is a war going on between machines and humans. The Matrix is a computer-generated simulation made for the human mind to keep them under control in order to use them for thermal energy. There are fields where humans are grown, not born. It is too much for Neo to take in, and he has a mental break and throws up. Sometime later, Tank walks into Neo's room and tells him it's time to train. They can download skills into his mind inside the Matrix. Morpheus plugs them into a training program and explains the roles inside the Matrix can be bent or broken. They go back and forth, and Morpheus kicks the shit out of Neo for the most part until Neo displays some advanced moves and shocks everyone. Morpheus then loads a jump program where Neo has to jump between buildings, and he fails miserably. When he is unplugged, we see that what happens in the Matrix affects the body in the real world. We cut to a scene in the Matrix where Cypher is eating dinner with Agent Smith. In exchange for Morpheus, he makes a deal to be reinserted into the Matrix and his memory wiped of the real world. The crew decides to seek out advice from the Oracle, and on the way to her place inside the Matrix, we see Cypher toss a phone into a trash can, giving their location to the agents. Morpheus and Neo visit the Oracle while the others wait at the exit. Neo talks to the other potential candidates, including a small bald child who plays with spoons. The Oracle is introduced doing her thing, smoking cigs and baking cookies. She breaks the bad news and tells Neo that he is not the one, but Morpheus does not want to hear what they talked about because he believes regardless. Meanwhile, at the exit point, Neo experienced deja vu, which suggests a glitch in the Matrix. Mouse uncovers a window that is a solid brick wall, and that's when they know they're fucked. SWAT descends and kills Mouse while the others escape upstairs and hide in a wall. Morpheus sacrifices himself so Neo can escape. Morpheus and Agent Smith go at it, and Smith ends up kicking the shit out of Morpheus as the others escape. Cypher sneaks out of the building without helping anyone and appears at an exit point. He joins Tank in attempting to bring the rest of the crew back. When Tank's back is turned, Cypher zaps him with a lightning gun. Dozer runs in for the rescue, and Cypher lights him up. It is assumed that both are dead. Cypher then gets real creepy with Trinity when she is plugged in. He then unplugs APOC and Switch, killing them instantly. We then see an injured Tank with a lightning gun, and he blasts Cypher into another dimension, instantly unaliving him. Tank then brings Neo and Trinity back to the real world so they can reevaluate their situation. After capturing Morpheus, the agents attempt to break his mind and access the codes to Zion, the last human city. Back on the Nebuchadnezzar, Trinity and Tank decide to kill Morpheus to avoid the agents accessing the codes. Neo stops them at the last second, and it is decided that they will enter the Matrix and rescue Morpheus. Agent Smith confesses to Morpheus that he's disgusted with the Matrix and his only escape is with the codes to Zion. After accessing the armory and stocking up for the mission, Neo and Trinity enter a heavily guarded building and take out a group of guards. SWAT arrives and they take them out as well. They set off a bomb in the elevator and make their way to the roof. There, they take out a few guards and eventually an agent. Here we see Neo's signature move as he's dodging the agent's bullets. Trinity commandeers a helicopter and they hover outside of the window Morpheus is in. Neo unloads a fuck ton of rounds, taking out the remaining agents and securing their escape. Tank directs Neo, Morpheus, and Trinity to an escape point inside a subway station. There's a bum that sees Morpheus being sucked back into the real world, and the bum turns into an agent and shoots the phone as soon as Trinity disappears. This is the turning point for Neo when he starts to believe. He chooses to stay and fight. They go back and forth, and Neo pulls off a sweet move that results in Smith getting crushed by a subway coming into the station. As Neo searches for an exit, multiple Sentinels approach the Nebuchadnezzar, and Morpheus, Trinity, and Tank prepare to set off the EMP. Just as Neo reaches the ringing phone, Agent Smith appears and shoots Neo multiple times. He is presumed dead. As the Sentinels approach, the crew is seen hopeless. Trinity hovers over Neo's lifeless body and whispers that the Oracle told her she would fall in love with the One, so he can't be dead. She kisses Neo, and he jumps back to life inside the Matrix. He now sees the code of the Matrix and effortlessly stops bullets midair. This confirms that he is the One.
He is the One.
Agent Smith challenges him, and he easily defeats him in a fight and dives into his body, destroying him from within. Neo escapes the Matrix just in time for Trinity to pull his plug and Morpheus to set off the EMP, destroying the Sentinels. We later see him leveled up in the Matrix as the One. He makes a call warning the machines he is coming to free humanity. He hangs up and shows off his new power of flying. The Matrix is a revolutionary blend of cyberpunk storytelling, action-packed sequences, and philosophical depth. This movie has redefined the sci-fi genre. With groundbreaking visual effects, The Matrix set a new standard for action cinematography. The Wachowskis masterfully weave themes of free will, reality, and technological control into a fast-paced, thrilling narrative. The supporting cast, including Laurence Fishburne as the wise and commanding Morpheus, and Hugo Weaving's chilling performance as Agent Smith, elevates the film even further. At its core, The Matrix is more than just a sci-fi action flick. It's an exploration of existential questions wrapped in stylish noir aesthetics and martial arts combat. Over 2 decades later, it remains a must-watch, influencing countless films, games, and discussions about the nature of reality. My overall rating, a 9.2, for a mind-bending, visually stunning masterpiece that still holds up today.